Debbie Woodard.
Here, yes. Sorry, yes.
That's okay. Felicia.
Yes.
Hayden Gibson.
Yes.
Stephanie Greer.
I was not at the September meeting, so I can't approve those minutes.
I will put an NA down there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Edward Hinson.
Yes.
Kathy Barr.
Yes.
Michael Birkmeyer.
Yes.
Tara Brosa.
Yes.
And Sherry Carpenter.
Yes.
Let the record show that all the board members that are present have unanimously approved the minutes from the September meeting. Thank you so much. All right. Stephanie Greer abstained from that vote for a very specific reason. She's a brand new board member. And at this time, I would like to read the oath of office for Stephanie. So this is all official like, so look proud and here we go. Stephanie, it says if you want to be part of this High Country Workforce Development Board, that I hereby affirm to faithfully execute my responsibilities as a member of the High Country Workforce Development Board and to abide by the board's philosophy and value statement. I will uphold the board standards by representing the board and the community at large and by avoiding conflicts of interest both within and outside of workforce development board meetings. If you agree with that, will you affirm?
I do.
All right, thank you. There should be a form in your packet that was mailed to you that you have to sign and get back to Rebecca.
Okay.
For our records. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Stephanie.
Thank you, Jeff. I am the director of behavioral health services for Appalachian Regional Healthcare System. That's the healthcare system that serves Watauga and Avery County. I'm a native of Avery County, and I've been back in this executive role for 13 years now. I've met some of you in other forums already, and I'm very, very happy and proud of the fact that we're doing significant expansion right now in our healthcare system, and that includes the world of behavioral health. So we are under construction with a lot of good things happening, and I'm just grateful to be a part of this group. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Welcome. We'll have lots of things for you to do and special presentations at the next meeting for you, and we'll let you know about 10 minutes before the next meeting. So welcome. No, we're not that bad. Okay. Moving right along, item number 6 on the agenda is our annual Code of Conflict review. It's a part of your packet. We all need to take a look at that and sign that and get that emailed back to Rebecca, please. Anything more on that, Rebecca?
No, we're just required to, by the Division of Workforce Solutions, to have all of our board members, all of our staff, all of the workforce board staff, as well as our career center staff, sign the conflict of interest statement every year, just to kind of renew that information with folks, and we keep that on file. We try to do it this time of year. That just kind of happened instead of at the beginning of the year. So if you want to sign just the last page and scan that last page back to me, that way you're not scanning the whole document back in. That'll be fine.
All right. Thank you.
So thank you.
Okay, moving along to item 7. Program year summary from 2019. There was a 2-page insert in our packet as well. And Misty Bishop-Price, High Country Workforce Development NC Works Operations Manager. I turn this over to you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, guys. Each year we have to put together data for our Council of Governments annual report, and it just happened to coincide with this meeting. So we thought it would be a good opportunity just to share this data with you. And basically the numbers come straight out of our online NC Works system. And this is a system where all of our staff key all the services that they provide to our customers, to our employers, and where all of our jobs are housed. So what we did is just, we run lots of reports to try to get the data together to put that in our annual report. And this is a summation of that data. And you can see total for the region, we served 8,500 customers. And that's via our centers and our online system, which equals out to about 7 services per person. And that's just a summary. And then down below, you'll see it broken out by our intensive services for youth, adults, and dislocated workers. And those customers are folks that have went on into intensive services where they have gotten more dedicated staff time. We have spent program dollars on them, such as scholarships or support funds, or work-based learning. You can see we have several that did on-the-job training or work experience as well. And this last page is about employer services. The number of employers in the High Country region that were served was a total of 765, and they received a total of about 5,700 services. And again, all those services are compiled from all the staff activities out in the area working directly with employers. And those last couple bullets are just highlights about our average unemployment for the year. Of course, it's a little bit higher because it's taken into account some of that COVID data. Our largest training sector continues to be healthcare. We have spent most of our dollars in healthcare training year after year, and that's still the trend. And this past year, we also received an enhancement grant where we dedicated funds directly to work-based learning for on-the-job training, work experience, and incumbent worker grants. So just a reminder, if you are interested in incumbent worker grants, we do have funds available to help employers train employees if you have system improvements that need to be made or any kind of upskill. Reach out to us and we'll definitely be glad to talk about it. Any questions?
Misty, it's Lynette. If you look at last year to date, how big of an effect did COVID have on our numbers? Or did it have one at all?
They actually are not that different. I was kind of surprised. I don't have that another number in front of me, but I did compare them and they are not that different. So I was surprised.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Misty? All right. Thank you, Misty.
You're welcome.
Okay. Moving right along, we have a presentation today from Rebecca Gardner from Wilkes Community College. She's the Director in Access with Wilkes Community College, a longtime partner of the High Country Workforce Development Board. Today, she's going to be presenting about our work with the college's career coach path. Rebecca.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I feel like I'm coming home. So this is definitely a full circle moment for me. I started my career with Wilkes Community College through the High Country, serving as a youth career coach with the former WIA program. And so I've worked with Misty and Rebecca and see some familiar faces, and it's great to be with you guys today. So I am actually going to show you guys a short video that talks a little bit about the career coach program. And Rebecca's got that queued up, so I'm gonna be quiet and let you see that overview. Rebecca, I'm not sure we're getting this sound coming through.
Rushing off to a four-year university, perhaps because that's the thing to do. It's been so ingrained over the past probably 15, 20 years that they go off to a four-year university, have no idea what they want to do. They're just going to major in something, and then in 6 months, a year, we see them back here doing nothing and can't find a job, have no skills.
I've gotten a lot of feedback over the last 5 years from our employers in the community who are saying they've got really good, well-paying jobs here in our community that are going unfilled. They can't find the talent they need to fill those vacant positions they have.
So the Career Coach program is designed to have community college staff placed in the high schools, and they're there to help students to figure out their career plans. Not only their career plans, but help them figure out what academic courses align with those plans. The Career Coach program has been well received, not only from our school partners, our counselors, administrators, but also from the students.
And I think just this first year of implementation, our career coaches had over 2,500 individual meetings with students.
We have been so fortunate just in year one to serve thousands of students. I mean, we have thousands of high school students in Wilkes, Ashland, Allegheny. And I feel very confident that a huge percentage of them are already working one-on-one with a career coach. And if they're not working one-on-one, they at least know that the career coach is in their high school.
So a typical day of the career coach is basically meeting students. My office is a revolving door of students coming in to answer questions either about college classes.
I could come in and have issues with scheduling. I could also have issues with a student needing some help with a class, trying to figure out what it is that they need to do as far as tutoring. Or it could be, I have no idea how to apply for college and I need help with that.
But also too, you have students that just walk in and want to talk to you. Freshmen come in as well as seniors, not really knowing what kind of pathway they want to do.
They come from different class levels. They come from different academic abilities. And I feel like I have something to offer all of them. The Career Coach program is able to touch lives of students that didn't feel like they could go to college or didn't have a career or academic plan at all. And so just the impact that it's making on the lives of the students, the impact is huge.
When I was in high school, the career coach, it meant the world to me. It gave me a lot of opportunities that I didn't know were even there for me. Career coach helped me enter college classes and get me a good head start here at community college. As of right now, I'm in classes that second year students are in, and me being only a first year student, it most definitely helped. I would most definitely recommend the program to anyone. I think it's an excellent program. Like I said, it helped me gain interest in what I want to do and find my field that I wanted to go into. And I feel it could do the same with many other people that are kind of lost and don't know what they want to do, which is for a lot of people.
Those career coaches are out there in the schools, and they're having those face-to-face, one-to-one meetings with students, helping them figure out that goal and that plan before they ever leave us. And then the result of that, I'm confident, is going to be a better prepared student when they do make the decision about whether to go to community college, to a four-year university, to work, to the military, or wherever it is, to get the skills that they need to be successful in life.
The impact on our students of this career coach program is significant, but nearly as important, if not as important, is the impact on our local business and industry. So the feedback we've gotten from business and industry has been awesome. They love this idea. They see it as a win-win for the student, but also for them as prospective employers.
Perfect.
We'll give just a second as Rebecca and I transition sharing screens. But the purpose of the Strickland Career Coach program is to assist all high school students in developing a career and academic plan, including intentional and relevant post-secondary education. Ultimately, we want this to lead to a self-sustaining career. And so just to give you an overview, here we go. So in North Carolina, there are currently 83 funded career coach positions across the state. And these are funded primarily through the North Carolina Community College system. So about 50% of their salaries are funded through the state system. And then the state also asks for that 50% to be matched by the community college. And so currently in our region, obviously Wilkes Community College has a staff of career coaches, and we are fortunate enough to have 4 positions that are paid for from state funds. However, because of the Strickland family and their generosity, we're able to have 1 career coach in every high school in Wilkes, Ashland, Allegheny. And so that puts us in a unique position that you won't find in any other community college across the state. So we are very fortunate and recognize that we're unique in that way. Caldwell Technical Community College, they do have career coaches as well, but Mayland Community College, which serves Avery, Mitchell, and Yancey, they currently do not have career coaches at this time. So I wanted to give you an overview of what's happened since we launched this program. And it's a fairly new program that was launched here at Wilkes. So in 2018, we began to kind of figure out what were the best practices across the state and how did we want to ensure that every student in our area was being served. And so after that process, we launched with our team of career coaches starting in the academic year of 2018 in September, and then serving the high school students. In our service area in those 3 counties, we serve approximately 3,800, 3,900 students annually. And this is just the head count of the number of high school students. In our first year, we conducted over 2,571 one-on-one meetings with students. That meant that these students were coming into a career coach office and having a one-on-one meeting. We also, in addition to those one-on-one meetings, in year 1, our team of career coaches conducted 225 group or classroom sessions, serving over 6,837 students. So we feel confident that every student was at least exposed to the opportunity to have that follow-up conversation with a career coach. And then continuing on in year 1, this is just data saying that 1,400 unique students were met with, meaning that those students kept coming back for more information. And in that first year of implementation and kind of just launching off the ground, 553 students created an individual academic and career plan, outlining their courses of what they would take in high school and then beyond into post-secondary education. In year 2, there is a decreased headcount in our high schools. You may already be aware of this and be having these conversations. And you can see that, again, this year is represented by July of 2019 through June of 2020. And so even with COVID, remember COVID shut us down in March. And so we did not have access to the students in our buildings, but these meetings continued. And I think this speaks volumes for the relationships that our coaches had started to build, not only with their students, but we were getting asked from the career coaches, can you share your contact information that you have for these students? Because we had update contact phone numbers that oftentimes the schools did not have. We served almost the same, about 1,400 unique students. And then this year, over 961 student plans were created. What's also important about this data is that in year 1, we may have served, let's just say, an 11th grade student. Well, in year 2, we would not have recreated that plan necessarily. So these plans are in addition to that the student body that was served in 2018. So just wanted to recognize that. So typically our career coaches are working in the fall to help students who are just launching and starting to take those dual enrollment courses, career and college promise courses, helping them make sure that they are ready and they have the support systems they need to be successful. In late fall, our coaches shift and really work with our senior population, senior high schoolers who are planning to come to Wilkes or any other post-secondary education. They are helping them with residency determination, filling out that financial aid paperwork, helping them with scholarships, and essentially helping them with that college application process. And then in early spring, our coaches really are working to help students create those plans and really develop what courses are they going to take that's in alignment with that plan. We have a motto here, it's plan, pathway, and then course. So we want our students to have a plan first, and then know what pathway kind of aligns with that as far as career and college promise, and then select the courses that are in alignment with that. Regardless of their plan, whether a student wants to enter the workforce right after high school, whether they want to go into the military, whether they want to get a short-term credential through workforce development, or if they want to attend a 2-year or 4-year institution, we truly do have something for every student. We want to help them navigate that process. And then in the spring and summer, our coaches really work to help with our advising team. And so they work with students who are coming from their high school that are transitioning to the community college. So it's a beautiful kind of bridge point where our coaches are walking students across to help make sure that they're successful. We don't lose that in that student melt. So I'm just going to close with this quote. It says, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." And our goal is for every student in high school, when we walk up to them and ask them and say, "What's your plan?" They may not have all the answers, and they may change their mind because that's what teenagers are going to do, but at least they'll have a starting point. And they may have 2 ideas. They may say, well, I'm interested in healthcare, and these are the 2 fields, 2 careers that I'm exploring. But we want every student before they leave high school to have a plan. In closing, I just want to share one success story with you. So every month I ask our career coach team to share with me kind of what's happening from their perspective. And this story really struck me. This just came through this past month. It says, Carl is a senior now. He was referred to me by the assistant principal as a student who was getting into trouble, spending a lot of time in in-school suspension, but he was a potential. He was a diamond in the rough. I talked with Carl about his career goals and plans, and one of his career interests was to work in law enforcement. I told him about some of the criminal justice courses being offered on the high school schedule, and he was excited about the possibility of being able to take these courses. We talked with the principal, and she was willing, with her recommendation, to allow him to try one course in the spring of 2020 to see how he would perform. Again, keep in mind, COVID started spring of 2020. Initially, I was worried we had made a mistake because I was getting emails at the beginning of the semester from his instructor, Mrs. Wiles, that he was not completing assignments. I met with Carl a few times to encourage him to complete his assignments in a timely manner, and Ms. Wiles, the instructor, came out to the high school and had a long discussion with him about his performance. After those meetings, I believe he saw that he had a support system and people who believed in him. He buckled down and pulled up his grade from an F to a C. He registered for 2 more criminal justice courses this fall and is currently making A's in both courses. At our check-in meeting this week, he wanted to take 2 more courses in the spring of 2021. So he will complete not only 1, but 2 criminal justice certificates before he graduates from high school. I'm so proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish. He's gone from a student who was doing the bare minimum of getting his high school diploma to a student who is motivated to finish his high school college degree early. He plans to finish his associate's degree in criminal justice at Wilkes Community College now. So that's just a little bit about what we do. I have a wonderful team of career coaches that I work with, and I'll share with you guys this slideshow. So if you have any follow-up questions, I'll be glad to either take those now or feel free to email me or call me if you'd like.
All right. Well, any questions for Becca? Well, it's a wonderful program, being in industry, having a farm system, if you will, of folks and kids coming out of school and college, ready to go into the workforce. I think we can help and partner from that end for all levels, entry level through specialized. We definitely would be interested in AEV at all levels and partner any way that we can. So I'm sure there's others as well. So Ash, Allegheny, Wilkes, that's something very much to be proud of. So hopefully expands into our other counties up here in the high country and have similar programs. And that's how we'll all be successful going forward.
Hey,
Wait.
Becca, I have a quick question. Do you know why Avery Mitchell Yancey doesn't have the career coaches?
So it is a program that the community college has to apply for. And so that's completely up to that local community college to apply and request, go through that grant process to get those.
Is it an annual application?
It's not an annual application. I believe right now they've rotated it to a 3-year application.
Okay.
So you can apply, you can't apply every year, but it's a 3-year rotation of funding that they distribute.
Okay, thanks.
And Misty, Malin does have something similar where they have a staff person located at each of our high schools. I don't have a lot of details, but I know they help the students to move on then to further education.
Great, thanks.
Any other questions or comments?
I'd like to make a comment. Becca, I was a career counselor for workforce development in West Virginia, and then a career counselor for the university. And I want to applaud you. That is exactly the types of programs that need to be throughout the country, definitely throughout the high country. It is so needed. And I just want to thank you for your work. It's great.
Thank you. Well, and I will say we certainly work closely with all the high school staff and administrators. You know, our counselors are right next to us in this work, and I think it allows them to do more of the mental health counseling and work that they are so needed for right now, and allows the coaches to kind of take off some of that burden that the counselors are carrying as far as doing all the academic and career advising. So it's definitely a partnership. We could not do this without our support of our school systems and partners, and we're just grateful to be a part of that team.
Thank you. Anything else for Becca? Okay, we'll move right along to our next item, and that is our director's report. And Keith, I'll turn it to you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to come before you again and to see everybody. And as always, one of my favorite things is to talk about this great workforce region, the best workforce board and best workforce region in the state of North Carolina. It's definitely the High Country Workforce Development Board and our partners in the Western region. So, believe it or not, y'all have been getting over. I've got a brief report for today, so you don't have to listen to me long, but there are some good things that I want to highlight about the region. And as always, I like to tell you guys the unemployment rate as of November. It is reporting for the September 2020 unemployment rate. Allegheny had an unemployment rate of 6.3. That is an increase from August of 6.0. Ashe County's unemployment rate is 5.1%. That is a slight increase from August when it was just 5%. Avery's unemployment rate is 5.1%. Once again, that is a slight increase from August where it was 5%. Mitchell County has an unemployment rate of 6.8% as of September 2020. That is an increase from August of 6.4%. And Watauga has an unemployment rate of 4.6%, and that remained constant because in August it was 4.6%. Wilkes County has an unemployment rate of 5.9%. Once again, that was a slight increase of 5.6%. And rounding out, Yancey County has an unemployment rate of 5.7%, and that is a slight increase from August of 5.6%. Early on, I had the pleasure of participating and joining in on the North Carolina Association of Workforce Development Board Chairs conference call. Our illustrious chairman, Jeff Dreyer, was on that call, and that prompted me to want to share some things with you And one thing that probably I had been sharing and I probably sort of dropped the ball on, but we as a region, we're going to get back up and saddle up on the horse and get involved in. And that one thing is the My Future NC. You know, you'd heard me talk about My Future NC and all that, where we are, it's been identified that there's a gap and that we are wanting to help do our part of that gap statewide. As you know, the goal is to have 2 million people with advanced educational degrees or certificate or training by 2030. And that is the age range of 25-year-olds to 44-year-olds. So by 2030, across the state of North Carolina, the goal is that we increase and that we produce and identify people to help develop to have the advanced skills past high school, which we're hearing from business and industry that they're needing that advanced certification or certificate for the workforce to receive the skills to meet the needs of business and industry. So by next time when I come to you, I am going to be beating the streets and sort of doing what workforce boards do. Along with my great staff, we're going to be talking to people and convening partners so that we won't forget about this and drop down. It is my hope and goal and my wish that we be able to meet the goals that are set forth in our demographics, and I'll send those back out to you guys. But as I've always said, the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. I change that around and say it takes all workforce partners working together to develop and to have a successful workforce system that meets the needs of the job seekers, participants, and business and industries. Because face it, folks, we are in rural northwestern North Carolina. You know, we don't have the major interstates and all that are going to make it easy to attract businesses. But for the businesses that are here, large and small, they have been greatly and vastly important to our overall success and survival in rural Western North Carolina. So we definitely need to try to have that trained, skilled workforce, and through our workforce partners, NC Works, the Division of Workforce Solutions, Goodwill Industries of the Northwest, Malin Community College, Voc Rehab, and so many other partners that I would be remiss if I tried to name them all. We are going to try and do a valiant effort that we are going to be able to help produce those skills and that skilled workforce to meet the business and industry needs. Right now, it's projected that we are on target. If we just stay where we're at now, that we would be looking at a 300,000 worker shortfall from the goal of the 2 million. So we got some time. We got about 10 years. I think we can give it a valiant effort and all in. And if we all work together, I think that we can reach the goal. And if we don't, we'll come very close. That is what I'm going to be striving for, and calling on all of our workforce partners, community colleges, career coaches, teachers, education leaders, commerce, chambers of commerce, and our economic developers. Because if we are going to be successful, if we are going to have the jobs that are going to make people come here, remain here, and hopefully get more business and industry in here, and to be able to supply the workforce for our current business and industry, we're going to have to do like the vineyards and wineries do. We're going to take it one step at a time, and we're going to have to grow our own and cultivate our own workforce to meet the needs of business and industry. So we're going to ramp that up. You're going to be hearing a lot more about the My Future NC. Cecilia Holder gave a presentation. It was very good, and it sort of reminded me that, okay, yeah, with all of the COVID stuff going on, it sort of drifted back, but it's not off our radar. We needed to give people a little time to see how they were going to implement, how we were going to adjust and operate and be able to provide services during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we're going to ramp that up. That's going to be one of the major priorities and goals of the Workforce Board and our system. So we'll be calling on each and every one of you to do your part. So by next time, I will be able to tell you some meetings that I've talked to and some people that they'll probably be sick of hearing from me and for me showing up on their doorstep, but we're going to start doing a lot of outreach and really keep that on the radar of our workforce partners and the people in the industry. So that was one thing. Also, I want to share with you the North Carolina Directors Council of Workforce Development Boards. We are been undertaking our strategic planning update. We presented our draft to the chairs conference of the Workforce Board chairs. More on that will be forthcoming. We've identified areas to focus on from the next gen youth. That is always a big priority, as most of you have heard, and Misty can attest. A large percentage of our workforce funds are designated that we serve youth, because as you are hearing, the youth, they have barriers to employment. They might not have employment. So that is a big factor of what our Workforce Innovation Opportunity Acts funds are geared towards. At the same time, we are not going to forget our adult or dislocated workers, because as a lot of you have said, and I hear it from business people, they're saying, okay, I can't find workers. Or if the workers are there, we are now seeing with COVID that the workforce has changed, jobs have changed. So that's where our incumbent worker grant funds and dislocated worker funds that are going to be very crucial in helping to upskill the skill level of our current workforce. Because as I've said before, and I don't take credit for it, we are lifelong learners from the womb to the tomb. We can always learn something new. So that is going to be a big thing. If, like Misty said, and Rebecca, if you have any training needs, please let us know, because there are funds that we will have available to assist you in upskilling and retraining your workforce. And those were the major things that I wanted to bring forth to you guys, but mainly that, yeah, we're going to recommit and refocus on the My Future NC. We feel that that is going to be such a crucial thing that we need to be looking forward to, and that we need to play an active role in. I still hear from business and industry, and when I'm riding around, you guys probably see the same thing. Now hiring, help wanted signs. Still hearing that, you know, jobs are out there, but nobody's there to fill those jobs. I wish I could open my desk drawer up and poof, we'd have all these trained people and ready to give to business and industry. But I think it's going to be where it's going to have to be learning, or people are going to have to get more comfortable with the pandemic, and maybe with now that we are hearing out there that vaccines are going to be available. So I think a lot of what we are seeing is the comfort level and probably some of the downsizing of the jobs that were downsized and have not come back yet, or that some businesses were hit hard during this and that they've closed. But I think there's still a lot of nervousness and apprehension as to why we're not seeing people searching for jobs. But I will say, when I've been in our local career centers, I have seen encouragement and activity that people are coming to look for jobs. They're calling, they're making appointments. they're getting those services, and that help virtually and remotely. So I think, the old adage, Rome wasn't built in a day. I think it's just going to take a little bit more time for people to get their comfort level up, and hopefully we will be able to be successful with that, and that there will be people beating down the doors wanting to put in applications, and there'll be a large applicant pool for our business and industry people to choose from. So before I go to my NC Works centers for them to give you an update, don't mean to put you on the spot, but our good workforce partner, Hayden Gibson, would you talk to us a little bit about your efforts? Unfortunately, it's bad news. Some of you might know Hospitality Mints is going to be relocating. They're going to be moving out of our high country area. Sad to see that go, but Hayden, I did want you to sort of give us an update as much as you can, and wanted to offer you, if you have not been in contact through our rapid response services and our NC Work Centers, for your employees that are there to make the connection so that we can assist them with any workforce services and job services. So Hayden, at this time, if I could incorporate you into my director's report.
Absolutely, and I do appreciate you including me in this. I was hoping to have a couple of opportunities for one-on-ones with some people in this room. COVID has just been detrimental to our business. Since March, sales have gone down anywhere from 70 to 85%. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for us to try to keep operating at such losses. So the decision was made on a corporate level to consolidate some of those activities into other existing plants. So, we are absolutely open. I want to work with this group to anything we can for the employees that are going to be, remaining in the high country. There will be some employees that are obviously going to relocate, take other positions, but there will be a lot of employees. And, we've done some layoffs already this year. So I would like to absolutely work with that group to put together a game plan. Some of our employees will start exiting as soon as December, and then others will be more along the lines of June of 2021. So we have a little bit of time for some of that, but some of it is a little more short notice. So we would like to, put together some sort of game plan with this group. This is an excellent resource for outplacement services. So we definitely would like to explore all of those options.
Okay, thank you, Hayden. Charity and Anita, so you know where this is going. I'm tasking you guys to make contact with Hayden. Hayden, they're going to be contacting you and offering their services through the NC Work Centers, what all they can do, and make sure that all of our services are available to help those workers that are going to be displaced, and hopefully be able to funnel those into other jobs or job opportunities. Any other people in manufacturing, be sure to let Hayden know your contacts. Maybe that there will be people that will be looking for jobs that will be able to absorb some of those people from Hospitality Mint. So that is always a goal, and hope that we can help facilitate that. Hayden, if you can think of anything else that, or any other way we can be of assistance, please reach out to my staff and I, and our NC Works partners. We would like to assist and help you guys in any way that we can.
Absolutely, and we greatly appreciate that. We do have a few employees that are in the Avery County region. We have Watauga, and we obviously have a significant portion of our workforce that comes from Ashe County. So if there's any opportunities with any of the companies that anyone in this group represents, I would be glad to try to make those connections early. That way we can try to make sure that our employees are taken care of to the extent possible.
Hayden and Keith, if I could just chime in for a second. This is Jennifer Schaefer from the Career Development Center at Appalachian State, and we have a staff member in our office who is related to one of your employees. And so we have put together a flyer to send out to the employees at Hospitality Mints, just offering our services if anyone needs help with a resume or cover letter or any support in interviewing or anything like that. Some of the services that we offer to our students, we wanted to provide those and make them available through the Career Development Center. So just to give you a heads up before that gets sent over to y'all.
Okay, I do appreciate that. I actually did speak with that employee yesterday, and I told them that I had not heard from anyone yet, but we very much wanted to explore that. I've got some people at our facility who haven't, had to worry about a resume in 25 years.
Absolutely.
This is definitely something we want to do. That's a partnership we would love to take full advantage of. We have, just a great staff. The remaining that we have, they are all just great workers, and they really need some help in this time.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
this
he
is
jumped right
Felicia.
on that, and we have that ready to go. So you should be seeing that hopefully by tomorrow.
Okay, I'll definitely I'll share my contact information in the chat box. That way, anyone that doesn't have it has access to that as well.
Hayden, this is Felicia. I have a quick question. You said that you're going to have some that are going to be laid off in December. What are your numbers for December?
It's going to be very low. Those are going to be some of our office positions, which there's not a lot of that remaining at this time. If I had to ballpark, I would say probably 10 to 15, maybe.
Okay.
And the remaining being, and for perspective, we have about 85 employees active right now.
Okay. The reason I was asking is because you were saying that you hadn't heard anything, and I know I saw information coming from the state concerning your company, and I know we were going back and forth with numbers as far as when they were going to be happening, and our understanding was that they were going to be happening more after the first of the year. So that's probably why you haven't heard from Rapid Response. But if you have 10 to 15, I wanted to explain that to you, but if you had 10 to 15 that were happening in December, then we definitely, our local offices will contact you and get you all of those benefits that you'll need from Rapid Response. But that's why you haven't heard from us, because those numbers were changing and we were more on the line that this was happening in 2021.
No, that's absolutely correct, Felicia. And I do appreciate that question, because that clears up some things as well, because, the employees that are going to be exiting in December, that's a very small percentage. So even in some of the communication, that might not have been communicated very well, but internally I can tell you that we're looking at a very small number in December, but the majority will be phasing out in summer 2021.
Well, that's good to know. So we'll know that we can jump on it right now, get in touch with you and work with Jennifer and all of that, and bring those state resources in and do what we need to do from the state perspective for Rapid Response. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate all your help.
Hayden, and just for your benefit and anybody on the call, we also have additional dislocated worker funding dollars at our career centers. So anybody laid off due for any reason related to COVID would be eligible for those dislocated worker dollars, specifically for this emergency grant that we got. So we have our regular dislocated worker program and the special COVID dislocated worker funds. So, for you or any employer, it may be worthwhile to come in and just sit down and kind of have a group discussion or a one-on-one discussion or a Zoom meeting. Just with those employees, just to kind of see what they're thinking and what their goals are. And so we have the staff that can do that.
We're glad to accommodate it any way we can. this is an extremely tough time for everyone. So, we're absolutely happy to facilitate anything and everything possible.
Right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I kind of missed out a little bit of what was said because I went to tell Jessica that my microphone wasn't working, so she might have to do my update. But now that you guys can hear me, I'm good. Hayden, I know that this is a very difficult time, and we are here to help in any way possible. We have left you a few messages, so I don't know how you guys are working or whatever, but I've put mine and Anita's contact information in the chat so that you can reach out to us so that we can go ahead and start helping in any way that we can.
Okay, I do appreciate that. And admittedly, the schedules are a little bit wacky right now just because, even though this decision has been made, that does not increase the volume of orders that are coming in.
Right.
So some days it's 2 days a week. So, if I'm not getting back in a timely manner, I apologize.
It's fine.
Not a
Yeah,
lot of
just
time in
reach
the
out.
office right now. So.
I understand. Just reach out to us at your convenience.
Okay,
Those numbers
absolutely.
are there, and we're here.
Okay, absolutely.
Wow. Didn't I just tell y'all it takes a whole village and workforce region to do this? So Hayden, and this is prime example of what I was talking about, and for any other employers, we got your back. Nobody is in this alone. That is one thing that about the High Country region and the workforce and the partners that we are here, we are going to help you guys through these trying turmoil times. So can't say that we're going to get you a whole lot of money and orders in there to turn thing around, but we have not forgotten you, nor will we ever forsake you. Please reach out. You'll be hearing a lot from the partners, from Jennifer and the people at ASU, from our NC Works partners, as well as the board and the state rapid response. So I know we're shrinking, and they're saying that, we can't really do a whole lot of gathering, but we were able to do some rapid response and on-site stuff for another company in our area when they were doing layoffs. And I'm sure that we will be able to do something similar along those same lines for you. Charity, I'm envisioning something like that happened at LP. So if we can sort of talk with Hayden and all that, and Anita, and our workforce system team, so that we can make sure that those employees are going to get those services and the information that can be very helpful to them in these times.
Definitely.
Thank you, Hayden. You were on, and I wanted to make sure that you knew that those services were there and that we were wanting and willing to assist in any way. So didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you strike while the iron's hot, and I wanted to get you while I had you here, and we didn't have to play phone tag or email tag. So, but did want to let you know that my staff and I had been talking and wanted to make sure that we reached out to you guys.
Yeah, no, and I can't express how much I appreciate that, and I appreciate everyone in this group and everything that anyone is offering and has to offer. I do appreciate that. I appreciate the support. Obviously in a time like this, that is incredible coming from the community, and we're very gracious.
Mr. Chairman, next in my director's report, I'm going to call on my two center operators, starting with Pam Wilson. Pam, will you update us on NC Works and all things workforce in the Avery Mitchell Yancey area?
I'll be glad to. It's nice to see everyone this afternoon, and I certainly hope that you are doing well. As far as center updates go, I'm going to start with the bad because I always want to finish with the good. We did have one staff member that has left us for another opportunity, thank goodness. But about a week and a half ago, she left. So we are down that position. We also have one staff member that's working remotely. So as far as in-office staff, we've reorganized to make sure that everything is taken care of there. Like Keith was saying earlier, the traffic of individuals that actually want to come into the center and receive their services is still very slow. And like he said, I think that is all about their comfort level. We do continue to get a lot of phone calls, doing a lot of virtual services. We have started each week doing a virtual resume and a virtual work search workshop for our individuals. So that's been a nice new addition for us. Since the last board meeting, we've started 5 more on-the-job training projects. And just in case you're interested, those are in the fields of electrical repair, construction, managerial and maintenance. I think there's one more. Oh yes, material administration. So we've got someone that's handling all the materials for their organization. So that continues to be a great program that we're doing, and it's an automatic win-win for everybody. The client has an automatic job, the employer is training them and they're receiving their training right there on the job, and that employer is getting reimbursed for that training time, so that helps offset their cost. I would ask that the board members, as they speak to other employers, please help us to promote that, because it's an outstanding program. And I think that's about all I have for today.
Okay, thank you, Pam. As always, yeah, thank you. That is very exciting news. I always like to hear about OJTs and work experience. That is a great program and all that, and you and your staff in that region do a good job on that. So yes, that's always exciting. And wow, 5, some people in larger areas, they might say, oh, 5, that's a small number. But as we know, like E.F. Hutton, one investment at a time. So if we're doing that and we're putting up, that's 5 more employees that's going to be employed and that are getting job skills and will be in the job force and working. So kudos, keep up the good work, keep enrollments, get your enrollments up, and keep those OJTs and work experiences coming. Next, Charity Patterson, if you'll give us an update on NC Works and workforce services in the areas of Wilkes, Ashe, Allegheny, and Watauga.
I sure will. So you guys can hear me good?
Yes.
Okay, good. I thought that was strategic, so y'all wouldn't have to hear me talk for too long. So I'm glad y'all can hear me. Anyway, thanks, Rebecca, for getting me back on. I'm pleased to give an update of NC Works, of course. We are open to the public by appointment. We've been seeing customers by appointments, and we've had some walk-ins between those appointments. In Ashe, Allegheny, and Watauga, traffic is still kind of slow, like Pam was mentioning. We're still providing services virtually. In Wilkes, the word has gotten out that we are open, and we are seeing, at least 5 to 10 customers daily. Keith was by here earlier, and he was like, "Ooh, you guys are getting busy." And I'm like, "Yeah, they know we're back." So it's good for staff to kind of get back in the habit of, seeing customers, and it's also know that we do have people that are actually out and looking for employment. So that is definitely a plus. As I said, we're still offering services, veteran services, reentry services, Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, reemployment, and we also offer a variety of services from career planning and coaching, resume review and development, job preparation workshops, skills assessments, labor market information, and customized youth and young adult services. Again, as Keith and Pam was also mentioning earlier, as far as people coming in the center, it is up to their comfort level, whether they want to come in face-to-face or have virtual services. Jessica and I were talking earlier, and it's kind of like everything is COVID, no matter what it is. If it's allergies, if it's a cough, no matter what it is, if somebody coughs, it's COVID. That's what you automatically think. So It's very inspiring to still see people coming in regardless of what's going on. Specifically in Watauga, we had 2 vacant positions, and Anita and I are very happy to announce that one has already been filled, and we made an offer for the other today. So we are keeping our fingers crossed on that. As Pam said, we also have an opening in Avery Mitchell Yancey. That position is soon to be posted. So if you know anyone that would like to work with a great group of people, tell them to keep a check on the state's website for that position to be posted. I can't think of anything else. Anita, Jessica, Laura, am I leaving anything out that you guys can think of?
Can't think of anything.
The only thing, as far as the position, we hope that it would be posted the latter part of last week. So it looks like hopefully midweek this week. But please, if you are talking with people concerning the positions, ask them to call the career centers, because we have a lot of people who are applying for positions, but they're not completing their applications in a manner to be able to meet the requirements. So if they would give us a call at the career centers, we'll be glad to assist them with that so that they can get in with the roster and get an interview.
You didn't call my name, Keith. I wanted to say that I wanted to commend all of the centers, particularly for going beyond. They're thinking outside of the box, providing virtual workshops, connecting with employers virtually and things like that. And they're doing a bang up job in the high country. I just wanted to give all of them in your 7 counties, I wanted to give them an atta girl, not an atta boy, but atta girls, because they are really, really doing, they're really doing great work. Like Pam was saying with the virtual resume and workshops, you know, that they're doing from out of there. Also in Wilkes and in Watauga, they're doing those virtual workshops. So we're providing, you know, those services as if our doors never closed. When you asked Wendy, I think when you asked Misty earlier, you asked her about why were the COVID numbers not that different than the numbers now, is because we never closed. Even though the offices closed, we still provided services virtually. And we did a lot of things virtually for employers and for clients.
I think she's frozen because I know that was at the end.
Ooh, wow, I like that quiet froze, Felicia.
We did. Thank Pam, and I want to thank Charity, and I want to thank Anita for making sure we didn't miss a step. So I didn't have to come to the
Thank goodness.
Thank you. Sorry, I did not recognize and call on you, Felicia, but thank you for those kind words and all. You know, you're never forgotten and all. But I do want to echo what Felicia says, the tenacity of our workforce staff, NC Works, contract staff, they have all not missed a beat. They've been in this, you know, the whole time, still working, still providing services. So I commend them. You couldn't ask for a better regional staff. Couldn't do it without them. So yes, kudos, and we expect more great things and more great success stories out of the hard work that our staff has given. So at this point in time, Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report. To my executive staff, Misty, Rebecca, have I missed anything else, or do you guys have anything to add? Oh, by the way, now that we're sort of getting back into this, board members, we had sort of gotten off track, and you know, at some time my memory isn't what it used to be. I get a little forgetful, so I'm going to be getting with Rebecca, the great keeper of all information, and I think we sort of got off track. Some of our board members, we're still going to start back to that real good practice of letting you highlight your business. I'm going to get with Rebecca and see where we left off. So, and Stephanie Greer, I'll go ahead and tell you, as the newbie, we will be calling on you to do a presentation and tell us about your organization. We're really excited. Anytime I hear the word expansion, I get happy because that brings great joy, because it's a renewal, a rebirth, and there's growth. So we'll let you sort of get your feet wet, but I will be calling on you to give us a presentation about your great agency and the expansion efforts that you guys are undertaking. I know it's busy times during this pandemic for healthcare agencies and healthcare providers, but that's just so fascinating. I can't wait to set up something where you can give a presentation to the board so we'll know about your expansion efforts.
I would be more than happy to. Thank you, Keith.
Okay, well, if that's that concludes my report. I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Chairman, for your part and any thoughts that you want to share.
Okay, thank you, Keith. Thank you, everyone, for participating in his director's report. Wonderful news. You know, COVID is alive and well out there, and it seems to be getting stronger in all areas across the country and the world. So please be safe. I know this because I had COVID took me out the entire month of October. My wife and I both contracted it, and it was not fun. It was flu on steroids, but we're past that now, and things are well. So, but it affects people differently. So always keep that in mind. Continue to practice all the safe practices that are out there. It sure can't hurt. So, you know, we've learned to operate with this pandemic. We are where we're at right now, and who knew we would still be doing Zoom meetings at this time since March. So who knows how long we're going to be doing this, but you know, we're an exciting bunch of folks and a lot of ingenuity out there. So we'll learn to operate within this, and we'll be successful somehow. But do keep in mind, you know, the hospitality mints of the world and those things, and do whatever we can to help them and each other, because that's what we have to do. We have to help each other out through these hard times and through the good times. So those are my comments. I open it up to any board members for any announcements that they may have.
This is Mike Berkmeyer. I'd like to share a link to a new public service announcement about North Carolina's vocational rehabilitation services. And I'm going to put that in the chat so you all can find the link to that.
All right. It's there. I see it. Thank you, Michael. Anyone else? Okay. We'll move along to the public comment period. Rebecca, do we have anything?
I didn't, sorry, I couldn't unmute myself. I didn't receive anything. However, I did receive a note from our ASH consortium member. And she had said, please extend my deepest appreciation to everyone for allowing me to serve on the consortium board the past several years. I will miss being a part of your team. Best wishes to everyone and hope you have a wonderful holiday season. So we will most likely in December have a new consortium member for Ashe County.
And that was from Paula Perry, correct?
That was from Paula Perry, yes.
All right. Okay. Any other comments from anyone? All right, well, hearing none, it appears to be about 3:43. So our next meeting will be another Zoom meeting. It'll be on January 14th at 2:30 p.m. Watch for those announcements. Watch out for Keith. He'll be out on the prowl, twisting arms and doing what he does. So I appreciate each and every one of you, and look forward to the next time. So at this time, we will stand adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. Be safe.
Thank you.
Everybody
Bye-bye.
take care. Have a great holiday.
Yes, you too.
Good job, Rebecca. Thank you.